This video brought to you by jadedpainting.com. If you need your miniatures painted to a tabletop standard, check out jadedpainting.com. Hey everyone, welcome back to this Dark Potential painting tutorial. My name is Jay, and I'll be showing you how to paint this Xlanthos Commander, inspired by the artwork on the Dark Potential website. I continued on the blue colors with now a solid coat of LOTHERN blue. As with the previous ones, I diluted about 50-50 with paint thinner. I used LOTHERN blue for all the eyes. There's 2 eyes on each side of the head, and all the tiny dots in the holes of the carapace. And when continuing on the gradient on the gun, I just went a little bit shorter than what I did on the previous step. For the orbs and the star symbols around his body, I just kept focusing more on the inward areas and leaving the outwards a darker gradient. But as you can see, the gradient is actually starting to look really nice, and you can see a nice transition from the dark Calidor sky to the light LOTHERN blue. And I repeated this once again on the back, just focusing on the inward areas with the light colors of both the orbs and the other part. I then did a 1-to-1 mix of LOTHERN blue and white scars, and just continued to do what I've been doing the entire time, going a little bit shorter than what I did the previous steps and focusing more on the inward areas. I know this is a little bit repetitive, but this is what you need to do if you don't have an airbrush to produce a really nice, smooth gradient of colors from one extreme to the other. Luckily, as you progress through these steps, they become faster and faster as each step requires you to paint less and less of the previous step. And finally, I used just white scars by itself and focused only on the outermost end of the ray of the gun. So this is to symbolize that the energy is at its most intense and is being fired out of its weapon. And then I only put white scars in the center dot of each star symbol and the very center of each orb. This next step is optional, but I really love then to tie all these colors together using a GUILLIMAN blue glaze. It's one of the new glaze products from Games Workshop, and I really love these glazes because what they do is they tint the entire surface a little bit darker of a blue, and they end up really nicely blending all these colors together into a really nice gradient of colors. These products also leave behind a shiny finish, which isn't a big problem. I will be going over the entire model later with a gloss varnish, so the entire model will have a uniform shininess and the extra shininess from the glaze won't be picked up. I used white scars once again, but this time to paint his teeth. They are very small, so take your time and with a very fine brush, paint a very thin stripe above the mouth, and that would cover the teeth. And finally, to differentiate the gun from the body, and to give the look of a little bit of glowing on the gun, I gave a quick dry brush to all of the gun area with a 1-to-1 mix of weathered stone and Lothern blue. This is a really light bluish gray, and it gives the impression that the orbs are glowing slightly, and as well as it gives the gun a definitive appearance, so it doesn't just blend in completely with the arm. Remember to use very little paint on your brush when doing this step, and only focus on the gun. Make sure you avoid the hands and the arms, because it's just to differentiate the gun and give it a little bit of a standout quality over the arms. I also use this combination, once again through dry brush, on the webby patches between his arms, as you can see here. And this is just to add a little bit more of a detail and make those parts really stand out and pop on the model as well. When this step was complete, I sprayed the entire model with a gloss varnish very lightly, just to give a little bit of a shine to the carapace and a nice organic look to it. And here's what the final product looked like. Overall, I'm very happy with the way it looked like. I think it looks close to the art from the website, which is what I was going for. And I think it looks really organic and earth toned. As you can see, I tried to match its color with the gravel around it, as this would be the color in which it would be mimicking and trying to camouflage itself amongst its surroundings, like the Xlanthos can. So please leave comments in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more Dark Potential painting tutorials. Till next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting everyone.